Imagine a world where having lots of money isn't just about living well yourself, but making sure your kids, and even their kids, have a super luxurious life too. That's the story of these 8 richest families in America. They figured out the secret to not just being rich, but passing down a life of luxury for ages to come. Number 8. The Mars Family. You might have heard that dentists don't really like this family, but kids absolutely adore them. Just think about those delicious Snickers, Twix, and Mars bars. Those treats add up to a gigantic $94 billion business. The sweet story began way back in 1911, when Franklin Mars and his second wife started crafting candies. Although their first candy venture didn't do well due to the First World War, it laid the foundation for what later evolved into the Mars candy business. Today, the company has expanded way beyond traditional cavity-making candy. One of the most notable deviations from the original business idea is the entrance to the pet care market. The family invested nearly $9 billion in this endeavor, which obviously succeeded. While the Mars family is discreet about their personal spending, a few notable purchases have come to light. In 2007, it was reported that John Mars, one of the family members, bought the historic Marbury Hall estate in England for approximately £50 million. The property boasts lavish gardens and an impressive mansion. Aside from their business ventures, the Mars family has shown a commitment to philanthropy. The Mars Foundation, established in 1965, supports various charitable causes. They have contributed to educational initiatives, conservation efforts, and scientific research. I wonder if they're looking for a way to send a Mars candy bar to Mars. Now that's what I call a sweet conclusion. However, if you're more into sweet beginnings, I have just the ultra-rich family for you. Number 7. The Wertheimer Family. With a combined net worth of a whopping $94.6 billion, the Wertheimers show us how to make tons of money by using the brilliance of others. The Wertheimers, renowned for their immense wealth, epitomize a story of gaining billions by capitalizing on another's genius. Their lavish lifestyle mirrors their wise financial decisions and strategic moves that propelled them to impressive wealth. The story starts in 1920 when Pierre Wertheimer partnered with emerging fashion icon Coco Chanel. Recognizing her innovative designs and global fashion ambitions, Wertheimer played a key role in expanding Chanel. However, their agreement caused disagreements, as Wertheimer secured 70% of profits, leaving only 10% for Chanel. This unequal deal led to legal disputes, and even during the Nazi occupation of France, Chanel sought retribution. Yet, Pierre Wertheimer's foresight ensured the company's survival through collaborative means. Following Coco Chanel's passing, the Wertheimer family gained complete control, leveraging their understanding of the luxury market. Today, the family business is run by Pierre's grandsons, Alain and Gerard, who expanded the family fortune by investing in luxury vineyards across France and horse breeding facilities across the world. Even though the Wertheimer family is pretty impressive, just wait until you hear about the families that are coming up next. They're about to take the idea of being rich to a whole new level. Number 6. The Bettencourt Family. Among wealthy families, the Bettencourt breaks expectations. Instead of a male leader, it was Liliane Bettencourt who took her family to incredible wealth. Originating from a noble background dating back to the 14th century, Liliane's influence changed the family's fortunes. Note that the family was poor before Liliane's arrival. Still, under Liliane's leadership, her family branch managed to gain fame, fortune, and the status of one of the most affluent families in the world. The matriarch herself was the wealthiest woman in the world, worth $44.3 billion at the time of her death in 2017. Today, the family is worth more than $100 billion. The primary income source, of course, is the iconic L'Oréal Cosmetics empire. The family's empire is now led by Liliane's daughter, Francoise Bettencourt Myers. Following her mother's path, she inherited significant wealth and is among the world's top 10 richest individuals with a net worth of $92 billion. Surprisingly, even though they have a lot of money, the Bettencourt family stays down to earth. They live in big, fancy houses, drive great cars, and enjoy the good things in life. But they avoid being in the public eye on purpose, valuing the peaceful life that $100 billion can buy. When compared to the next family we'll talk about, the Bettencourts are good at managing their money, even if they have a bit less of it. Number 5. The Slim Family. The patriarch of the 7th richest family in the world, Carlos Slim Helú, is popularly known as the Warren Buffett of Mexico. With a net worth of over $105 billion, the Slim family truly can enjoy one opulent lifestyle, but they don't. Instead, the family patriarch, Carlos Slim, is among the wealthiest people who prefer to lead an exceptionally ordinary lifestyle. Despite his massive fortune, Carlos still lives in a modest 6-bedroom home he bought when he first amassed a decent fortune 40 years ago. Furthermore, the Mexican individual with Lebanese ancestry restricts his monthly income to $24,000. Thus, it's unlikely that he has made any extravagant acquisitions. Carlo is well aware of the challenges faced by common people. At 10 years old, he began selling drinks and candies to his pals. As you would assume, América Móvil, the largest cellular phone provider in Mexico, is the source of his enormous wealth rather than this business venture. This company alone has a net worth of $70.5 billion. However, Slim has made some other successful investments, and today he's among the richest people in the world. Still, most of his money goes to charity, as he champions education, arts, and sports in Mexico. It shows that Slim was a self-made billionaire. In contrast to the family who will be discussed next, they genuinely accumulated their wealth through the labor of others. Number 4. The Koch Family. In a world where living well is connected to luxury, the Koch family shines as a symbol of wealth. With an estimated net worth of over $116 billion, the Koch family has built an empire that spans diverse industries, from energy to manufacturing. Currently, one of the top oil producers in the world and the largest privately held firm in America is Koch Industries. Given their significant influence in U.S. politics, the Koch clan undoubtedly wishes to maintain it that way. For example, Charles and David Koch invest heavily in opposing any climate change legislation and are among the biggest Republican Party donors. Over the past decade, the right has received over $1.5 billion from the Koch family. The Kochs certainly know how to splurge when it comes to extravagant purchases. They've been known to acquire exquisite artworks, such as masterpieces by renowned painters like Monet and Picasso, turning their homes into private art galleries. Any connoisseur would be heartbroken by it. Still, nothing says filthy rich like paying $2.3 million for an old photo. The photo is indeed an authentic Billy the Kid snapshot rather than simply any old dingy piece of paper. Still, it appears that William Koch has a fondness for the Wild West, so it's not a huge deal to spend what is essentially spare change on a photo. While buying a $2.3 million photo does sound a bit over the top, it's nothing compared to how the next wealthiest family spends their massive fortune. Number 3. The Arno Family. The Arno family has had a lasting impact on the business and fashion industries. They are renowned for their enormous fortune and lavish lifestyle. Led by Bernard Arnault, the family's patriarch and the richest man on the planet, the family is now worth nearly $240 billion. The Arnault family's rise to fame started in France in the 1970s, when Bernard Arnault assumed leadership of his father's construction company. But his foresight and astute economic sense elevated the Arnaults to new heights. The family expanded their assets and entered the luxury goods market under his direction. Their commercial empire's jewel in the crown is LVMH, Moet, Hennessy, Louis Vuitton, a conglomerate that includes renowned brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, and Givenchy. This global luxury powerhouse has solidified Arnault's status as a leader in the industry. Of course, this immense wealth does lead to some lavish purchases. For example, the Arnault family owns a 150-year-old castle near Bordeaux and an 18th-century palace in Paris, costing over $220 million. Still, real estate is definitely not a passion but rather a business strategy. Yachts are what the family genuinely loves. As a result, the family controls 2 super yacht manufacturing companies in addition to one extremely expensive yacht, the $150 million Symphony, which is 330 feet long. The family also owns an own island and other upscale hotel companies, on top of everything else. What they don't have, however, are private jets. Not that they can't afford them. Actually, the family owned a Bombardier Global 7500, considered the world's largest and longest private jet, costing $75 million. They also had a Bombardier Global 6000 worth $23 million and a Dassault Falcon 8X valued at $45 million. Yet Bernard's decision to sell them was motivated by concerns about the environment. Even though the family does not lack luxury, they nevertheless set aside a sizable sum of money for charitable causes. For example, Arno donated $234 million for Notre Dame repairs and around $11 million for wildfire prevention in the Amazon jungle. While Bernard Arnault is the wealthiest man on this earth, the Arnauts merely get the bronze when it comes to family fortunes. Brilliance can take you only so far. To be as mind-altering rich as the first two families on our list, you need more than a sharp mind and a flair for business. You need power. Number 2, the Walton family. In the U.S. today, a town's ability to become a city is mostly determined by whether or not it has a Walmart. Minimum population requirements, records of local administration, and metropolitan character are less important. It seems these Geiga stores have taken over America, and naturally the Waltons, the family behind the stores, have become filthy rich. The family's fortune can be traced back to the late Sam Walton, who founded Walmart in 1962. Walmart has grown into a multinational retail giant with over 11,000 locations across 27 countries. The Waltons are one of the richest families on the planet, with an estimated net worth of over $267 billion. Despite their enormous fortune, the Waltons are often regarded as down-to-earth individuals. However, they do have their moments of indulgence. For instance, Alice Walton, daughter of Sam Walton, is an avid art collector. In 2011, she opened the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Arkansas, which houses her extensive collection. One of her notable purchases was a famous painting by artist Georgia O'Keeffe, which she acquired for a staggering $44.4 million. Walton's spending extends beyond art, as they have also made significant investments in philanthropy. The family has made billion-dollar donations to a range of causes, including environmental preservation, healthcare, and education. Furthermore, they actively contribute to the Walton Family Foundation, which funds programs meant to enhance the quality of life for both individuals and communities. Number 1, the Rothchild family. When people say your family does secret things and crazy stuff like ruling the world, it's because you're the richest family. You can be sure you are the richest family in the world. With a massive $1.2 trillion fortune, you can imagine why the Rothschilds are always portrayed as the villains. Thankfully, when you're that rich, you don't really care what some Eastern European drunk thinks of you. The Rothschilds dynasty was established in the late 18th century by Meyer Amschel Rothschild in Frankfurt, Germany. Their initial success as bankers and financiers propelled them to prominence, expanding their operations to major financial centers across Europe. Their meticulous management of international financial affairs during times of political instability earned them a formidable reputation. Today, the family owns shares in almost every profitable business worldwide. Along with banking, they are also involved in mining and construction. The Rothschilds own several of the biggest mining operations in the world. Among these are the Glencore Mining Company, worth $127.5 billion, Rio Tinto Mining, worth $103 billion, and Agora Oil and Gas, worth $1.4 billion. In addition, the family owns RIT Capital Partners, worth $7.7 billion, and L.A. Champagne Financière, that is estimated to be worth around $121 billion. However, these are just investments. The Rothschilds are well known for their affinity toward the arts. Their collection, worth more than $2 billion, has been a prime example of how you can flash your cash with style. Moreover, the family owns about $25 billion worth of real estate properties worldwide. Among their prized possessions are Chateau Mouton Rothschild, worth $200 million, and Waddesdon Manor, worth $356 million. Of course, there are some luxury items family members have bought over the years. Nat Rothschild, for example, bought the Planet Nine super yacht for $102 million, but that's the general exception. The majority of the family is private and rarely makes headlines for big-name or controversial purchases. One of the biggest differences between the Rothschilds and the richest family on the planet is that this list of wealthy families focused on those who built their wealth by starting a family business. Some of these family businesses, like Walmart, are now publicly traded businesses. Others, like Mars Incorporated and Koch Industries, are still privately held family businesses. And that concludes our fascinating journey into the lives of America's wealthiest families. From legacy to fortune, these families have shaped industries and economies, leaving an indelible mark on history. Did you find this video insightful? Which family surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more content like this, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps out the channel and lets us know what kind of content you want to see next. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest uploads. We're constantly uncovering new stories, exploring intriguing topics, and sharing valuable insights that you won't want to miss. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of our community. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.